12 years ago, I started Edit Design House with a grand idea that I would help use interior design to tell my client's story. Much like an author would use an editor to help massage all the details of the story that they've written, we do the same with spaces. So rather than editing stories in a publishing house, we edit spaces in a design house. That's how Edit Design House was born. Not only do we change lives through thoughtful interior design, we use all of those details to help our clients tell their story. When we first met our client, it was a brand new home that they had just purchased, and we walked through it. They actually weren't even living here yet. It was a space that they were excited about, but it had a few kind of funny things going on with it. So we took our team, we walked through, we took a whole lot of before photos, and then we sat down and chatted with the client about what all of her hopes and dreams were for the space. This space had a ton of different unique things. Some were unique in an interesting way, some were unique in kind of a challenging way. And then as we chatted with the client, we decided which of those things should be modified, which things should be added. One of the really fun things about this space is everything that you see behind me was just a blank wall. And so this was a nice big room where you could have a family gathering, but it lacked a ton of character. There was almost nothing to be interested in when you walked into the space. So with our client, as with any client, we walked through all of the spaces of the home. We went through and we said, here are the things we need to do in the kitchen. Here are the things we need to do in the great room. And we went space by space, went through all of those details. So in this space with a custom cabinetry, there's a ton of fun things that we get to do in the process. We sit down and we do all of the drawings for them. That's a really important part of working with an interior designer, is they take measurements and do scale of all of the parts and pieces of the home. That way, when they're building a set of built-ins, they know exactly what size to put them. They know all of the heights and distances and widths are supposed to be correct. Another really fun meeting that we get a hold with our client is the finish meeting. So just like the rock and the stone that you see here, the fireplace mantle, the colors that you see on the cabinetry, those are all parts and pieces that we sit down and plan with the client. They get a buy off on all of them or say, nope, absolutely not. I want to do something a little bit different. We talk through the hardware, we talk through all of the details, and then we meet with the cabinet company, with the contractor, and we make sure all of those parts and pieces go in just the way that they imagined. One of my very favorite parts of the process is what we call the rendering process. So I can't wait to show you some of these details, but it's where we take a flat image of our drawings and we give you that concept of what it will be, but then we put color to it. And so the really cool thing about that is that the client sees exactly what it's going to look like before it even happens. The other nice part about that is that the contractor is going to see the beginning from the end. And that way, whatever the contractor is building out is exactly what the client is imagining, is exactly what we're imagining. So I can't wait to share some of those details with you. After months of renovation, the contractor and their whole team were here doing all the different details, from paint on the walls, new flooring, cabinetry like we discussed. They adjusted windows, light fixtures, even the ceiling was adjusted in this particular space. After all of that is done, we make a grand plan for them where we plan out the install of all of the furniture. That means all of the spaces are cleaned, nice and tidy. Everything is refreshed, ready for us, and we bring every piece in here and we set it perfectly in place. We have a whole team of movers that come and help us. They unbox everything fresh from the warehouse, and we place everything down to the pillows, the decor, candles, and all of it. And then the very best moment of all of it is the big reveal. So our client usually waits or heads out of town, does something different while we're working on the install. And when everything gets done, they come and they see it for the first time, and we often get to record them and see them jump up and down or cry happy tears. Oftentimes they're really surprised and excited that this is a space that they once knew, but it's entirely different and entirely better than they could have imagined. And just like our mantra to change lives through thoughtful interior design, this is that moment where a lot of our clients say, I can't believe I get to live here. This is the best part of my day. I can't believe this old home is now this new home, or I can't believe these ideas on paper is now this thing that exists in real life. And so that's one of the crowning cherries on top of the process for us. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe for more content just like this. We'd love to take you along for every project that we have going on like this. And if you're in need of some similar type help, if you have a space that needs to be designed, reach out to us. Our details will be down in the description. We'd love to chat with you and make your life a whole lot easier and have something like this that can totally turn around your life and transform your space, your energy, and how life goes for you. Thanks for joining.